everyone, my name is Linda and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a little bit of a fun, interesting one in terms of getting my house clean. So often I find that getting the house clean, like presentable clean, only really happens when company's coming over. So I wanted to share a quick 30-minute clean of what I prioritize when I know I have very limited time and people coming over. As someone who practices simple living and minimalism, I do try and keep my home in a situation where it only ever takes 30 minutes to really get it present. Now, this clean is only going to entail the main floor of our house. The reason being is that when guests come over, they're not going upstairs, checking out the office and the bedroom and peeking in the washer and dryer for laundry. This is just about making sure that where people are going to be, just the kitchen, the living room, and our powder room, to make sure that they are presentable and ready for guests. So this is the current state of our house. We have had a couple events over the last couple days. So we have things like water bottles that we purchased and nobody drank water, but these are just kind of sitting on the floor. I've got windshield wipers for our cars to be replaced. Things like Jason's suit jacket hanging out here, toys that are just on there, this wire that has fallen down. Our front entry, not too shabby, but that can't stay there. Couch cushions are a bit of a mess. We have our indoor Birks hanging out, some dirty dishes, gloves. It is minus 45 here in Edmonton. And then this is our island. It's got remnants of breakfast, dirty dishes, compost bins, things that were used. Still got pans that are now cool on the oven. This is full of dishes, things that are drying. And then the back door, there are just shoes everywhere. This is a cooler box that we used for our event. I will need to find a place for that. And then the powder room, which is not awful, but I like to make sure that the powder room is obviously clean before guests arrive. So this video is going to be largely uncut and unedited. I will speed up some portions of it. I want to keep it as raw as possible. So let's start by setting a timer.
30 minutes, starting now.
And let's get started. So the one area that I always start with is dishes. If dishes have a little bit of time where they can actually sit out to air dry, then it saves me time by having to dry them. So I'm gonna lay a towel out. I'm gonna run some water. I am gonna load what I can into the dishwasher. Dishes were done, like the dishwasher started last night. So I was actually able to empty it this morning while I waited for my coffee in the French press. And I can now put anything small in here. I find sometimes that cleaning dishes is a bit of a redundant process, and oftentimes when company's coming over, I will wash by hand a lot of the dishes. That way I can get them away as soon as possible, especially if guests are coming over and we'll be serving food, just because at the end of the night, when we're all done eating, it is nice to be able to put those dirty dishes into the dishwasher so that, yes, we're done eating, but nobody feels the pressure of having to like actually do dishes while company's still here. So having room in the dishwasher for stuff like that is a real blessing. In today's case, because people are not actually coming over to eat, I'm going to put as much as I can in the dishwasher. This morning, Jason made pancakes. He's actually out right now picking up groceries. We did a click and collect order. It's so much easier all the time. And I hope to get to a point where we are doing it more often. Just because we save so much time when you just have to click. Now, obviously, right now, as I'm filming this, we are around holiday season, which means it is that much crazier to have to actually go into a grocery store and, like, you know, fight the crowds and stand in long lines to check out. So click and collect really just makes sense. To the big pots and pans. I also have, this is our French press where our pod covers for our Nespresso are in the mail. So I'm gonna put this upside down with the filter in so that it can run as dry as possible. I don't like putting wet coffee into the compost if I can prevent it because it just leaves a mess. So like this. One of my favorite kitchen scrubbing devices is actually this coconut husk scrubber. And then we have this dispenser from IKEA that actually broke. The nozzle broke off, so now I just take the scrubber, pump it right on like the head of the dispenser, and then it's like, makes dishes easy. All right, I believe that to be all the dirty dishes. There's a few random things like this. So I get this in the compost. In terms of that compost, I'm gonna dump the coffee that I let strain from our French press. Excuse the lighting. The angle I have you there is not the best, but this compost stinks. So I'm going to give the sink a quick rinse. Because this is just a 30-minute clean, I'm not going to like scrub the sink. I want to be efficient with the areas that are the most efficient and most productive and yield the biggest result. Just emptying like the gunk in the sink from doing dishes. But under normal circumstances, I would, you know, obviously scrub out the sink, but we are already at the 20-minute mark, just getting dishes done. And I need to prioritize some time. So I put the dirty in the compost. This compost stinks to high heavens. So I am going to run this outside now that everything that it needs to be in it is in it. I'm gonna fast forward through this part because I gotta get my boots on, get my coat on, and get this out of here. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna clear off all my surfaces so I can make sure that we can get the counters done and the floors swept. So compost, give me a minute. Let's clear the rest of this. All right, so the counter is clear. Something that I do when I'm cleaning and going through the space is I will take things that need to go upstairs and start to like gather and collect them on the stairs. That way, when I head up, I can just bunch it all up and take it with me. So fast forward just a minute or so, I'm going to take the slippers off and I'm going to run the compost out because it stinks. The dog had an incident, so I'll take care of that while I'm out there. Let's grab this stinky compost. Gross. That is devastating. The whole bin's coming in. All right, Turkey, let's go. While I am in this back area, I'm actually going to fill the compost with soap and water, but I'm going to take anything that doesn't need to be back here in terms of shoes and put them either upstairs in the closet or in the front closet. Let's fill this. Stinky. I'm also going to take this opportunity to just put the snowblower in here as well. And then because company's coming over, I'm going to move a bunch of our hangers so that they are the first things that guests see when they open this. So that this space is inviting. Battery for the snowblower unfortunately needs to stay here, but we can tuck it and make it a bit less of a mess. So we are now at 12 minutes left. I am going to give the floor a quick sweep, find some decent lighting, but before I do that, I'm going to clean the countertops and just do a quick wipe down. So the spray is upstairs. I gotta run grab that. Let's try over here. While I was upstairs or going up there, I grabbed a bunch of the things that needed to go up. So most of that's been taken care of. We're at the 10-minute mark. Almost done. All right, counters are looking good. Put this in here. Next, I'm gonna start drying all the dishes that are here on the counter and put these away. 8 minutes left. Now to do a little bit of tidying, I'm going to put the water bottles in the pantry. I'm also going to put a couple in the fridge because why not? We got to use them up. All right, so the kitchen is looking clean. All the countertops are clear. This back entry just has this, which I'm going to put in the landing to the side entrance, along with the new wiper blades that it's too cold to put on. Them out of sight, out of mind. I only have 2 minutes left, so I'm going to tidy up the living room space. I'm going to tidy up some of the dog's stuff because dogs are messy. He doesn't pick up after himself. I have a couple more receipts that I'll just bring upstairs. Jason's jacket, which will go upstairs. And then kitchen, dining room, living room, everything is tidy. Now, I didn't get around in this time to, I guess I have 30 seconds left, but I didn't get to the bathroom. I didn't get to the floors. Now, let's say I have 5 more minutes, which I do. I will quickly do the bathroom. Let's just do that. All right, bathroom. It doesn't need to be crazy, but because we are in a new build, it just gets dusty. So, give it a spray. That's pretty much done. So all in all, we'll call that 32 minutes. While I didn't get to the floors, which I'm okay with because I did the floors the other day, and I still have to put the compost bin back together. I'll give it a few more minutes to dry. 30 minutes is all it took to get my home tidy and clean so that at the very least it is more presentable than what it was 30 minutes ago. I strive to keep my home in a condition where no matter what, it is simple to get it back to a comfortable and presentable stage. Nobody's homes are perfect. And at the end of the day, the people that we love enough to bring into our homes are not going to care if there are dirty dishes or kids' toys or dog toys laying around. It is, however, totally fair that in our nature, we do feel that need to tidy up our homes before people come into them. But do know that if your house is not a 30-minute clean, that is totally okay. I do have tons of other videos on my channel, such as the 2 that you will see here, that can help you get your home into a state where you may find it easier to clean it in 30 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm excited to see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Bye. That 30 minutes actually worked out perfect because Jason ran out to get those groceries, which is about 30 minutes, and he now gets to come into a fresh, clean house.